In this lesson, we're going to look at the importance of color and how it deals with web design. We're going to explore the use of color as it applies to website design. Through this lesson, I want you to think about how color impacts the choices of the clothes you wear, how this impacts your daily life, and also start being more aware of the colors that are being used on different web pages, especially ones that you like to visit. The internet isn't black and white anymore. The new technologies are always boasting about how good their color is. So color is very important when it comes to web design. Colors can be analogous or complementary. Complementary colors are opposite each other. So for example, we have the red is opposite the green. These two are opposite each other. It's hard to see the red on red. Yellow and the blue-violet are complementary colors. When you're creating a website, you should choose colors that create contrast with each other, and make sure that the text is easy to see with the background. Why is choice of color so important? The color affects the first impression of the site. When you go to a site, if the color is very bold and vibrant, it affects your first impression. If it's very subdued and calm, it makes an effect on your impression of the site. It also sets the level of professionalism for the site. Sites with good color choices look very professional. Sites with poor color choices look very beginner and novice. And then also they increase the chance of your site being taken seriously. If you have good color and good choices, then people will know that you are a top-notch web designer. There are several different ways to name colors. The first one is RGB, and it stands for red, green, and blue. And so when you use it, you have the numbers. They range from white, which is 255, 255, 255, to black, which is 000. And opposite of what you think, with RGB, black is 00 because it's the absence of color. That's the way it was set up for this. And all the colors are made from these three colors right here. Okay, you just blend them and you get all different kinds of color. Next, we can look at the hexadecimal code. This is a series of 6 letters and numbers used to define used to define colors. We use the numbers 0 through 9 and the letters A through F. We have 6 combinations, and they're broken up into twos. Okay, and white, so this is opposite of the RGB. White is 0000. The hexadecimal code for black is all Fs. So most web development software uses either the RGB or the hexadecimal. Alright, these sites allow you to choose colors. So let's go look at these sites. Color Jack, if we come up here to palette, we notice we have all these different kinds of palettes. So you can scroll through them and see which ones that you like. So say you want to choose a website and you're going to use this Fresco Mardono. You click on it And over here you can download. It tells you the colors for the hexadecimal codes, and notice as I hover over them it gives you the different ones. And you can copy these and put them in your CSS style sheet, or you can just copy them and put them directly into your code. So this is a great way to find colors and find the hexadecimal codes that you like. Let's look at this Color Schemer website. Alright, if we go up here to Scheme Gallery, very similar to the last one we were at, and you can look at these colors. And if you click on it, notice when you hover over, it gives you the hexadecimal code that you can use. So you can look through the color schemes and notice we have different schemes. We can, like, say you want blue, so you can look through here and you can find colors that are all related to blue. Okay, let's look at the other. This website is nice because you can mix colors together. So say I want a yellow, and then my second color is going to be this blue, and I hit blend, and it gives me that. So what I need to do is choose midpoints. So let's say I got 5, and it's going to give me 5 different colors blending these two together. So notice we start with the yellow. Up here we start with the yellow, and then we work our way down to the blue. And it gives you all the hexadecimal codes for each one. Color Blender is pretty fun. You can use, again, it's based on the RGB, so you can choose a color, and it will give you different parts of that color. You can come down here. Notice it's changing. As I drag this across, it's changing the color. Okay. And if you want to put a little more green, notice how it changes. And then these are nice colors that go well with each other. And it gives you the hexadecimal, the HTML hexadecimal code right here. And you can copy that and put that into your code. Here's another site where you can blend the colors. So what you do is you select, this will select a 6-color palette for you for your website. So say you want this color over here, it's all red. If you want to put a little blue, if you want it all blue, you can just change the color of blue you want. And then down here you have different shades of blue going all the way down to the gray. Let's say you want some green in there. So you can play with these sliders to mix and match your color. And then it'll put it up over there. And say you want another color, puts it over here, and it'll save those colors that you made, and you can copy and paste those hexadecimal codes into your HTML or your CSS sheet. And here's Color Schemer. You can just choose different colors, and it gives you a range. It starts with the blue up here, and then down here you have the complementary, and you have all the colors in between. So you can choose. You can set these numbers if you wanted to. Let's pick that red. So you'd have your red up here, and then your complementary down here. If you click on them, or whatever color you like, you just click on it and it makes that the primary color for you, and then you can get a palette of colors that you want to use on your website. Alright, let's look at examples of color on the internet. This is a pretty fun site. So right now it's all white. Notice right here I have to highlight it to see the word. So obviously having a white font on a white background is a bad choice. But we can go down and look, say we want green. So now you see the black stands out pretty well, but this yellow is kind of hard to read on the screen. The blue stands out pretty nice. Even the darker green is pretty easy to read. This color right here, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a yellow, and it was pretty hard to read. So this is a good tool to play with. So say you choose to do a purple background, you can see what colors work and what colors don't. And if you look right here, the word users is not easy to read because of the color. It matches the background. So this is where we're talking about contrast, where we want complementary colors so they can see easily and read the font easily on a good color background. Here's a web page that if you read through it, you can see the proper use of color and then the mistakes people make. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Alright, for your assignment, you're going to start looking at one website, and you're going to start looking at the different uses of how they use color, and we're going to talk about font, and we're going to talk about all these different kind of things, what make a good website. So choose any website you want, and you're going to look at the color, and you're going to look at the background. You're going to see how the colors work together. There's a lot more to learn about color. This is just an introductory. There's some great videos on YouTube to look at about color. There's also some great information on the web about the color wheel and what colors work well and what colors do not work well. So here is the project you are doing. I know this is hard to read, but you're going to choose one website and you're going to write a paragraph about the color. You're going to choose a paragraph about color, and you're going to write a paragraph of how well it does the website use color. And then the next lessons we're going to talk about shape, line, texture, and topography. And for this paper you're going to choose one website and you're going to look and see how well the website uses shape, color, line, texture, and topography, and you can write a paragraph about each subject. So as we work through this course, you should go to your website and write a paragraph about each one while it's still fresh in your mind. And there'll be more information on this assignment. It's just going to be a paper. It doesn't have to be MLA format or anything like that. And a paragraph is at least 3 sentences, and I'll have this rubric bigger so you can see it and you can see what you are required to do. But I want you to think of a website, go to that website, and start analyzing it, looking at how they use color. Alright, so we briefly talked about color. We talked kind of about complementary colors, and we kind of looked like how color is used in web design, and I showed you some great sites that you can go and pick your own colors.